Let's dive into the world of web application security so we can outsmart the 3 most common hacks and develop foolproof ways to stop them. Web application security is critical in today's digital landscape as most of our personal and sensitive information is being stored online. The reality is web applications are constantly under attack from hackers and malicious entities, and the consequences of a successful breach can be devastating. Recent studies have shown that a staggering 70% of web applications contain vulnerabilities that can be exploited by hackers. This is a staggering number, and it highlights the importance of taking web application security seriously. One of the main reasons why web applications are vulnerable is that many developers and businesses simply don't prioritize security. This can lead to a false sense of security where developers think they've done enough to protect their applications, but in reality, they've only scratched the surface. Another challenge is the ever-evolving nature of web application security, which new vulnerabilities and hacking techniques emerge all the time. This means that developers and businesses need to be consistently on the lookout for new threats and update their security measures accordingly. The sheer number of hacking attempts is also a major challenge, where it's estimated that over 50,000 hacking attempts every single day, and that number is only going to continue rising. This means that web applications need to be designed and built with security in mind. So let's begin with the 3 most common web vulnerabilities. The first one of which is SQL injection. One of the most common types of web application hacks, and it also is one of the most dangerous, is an SQL injection. This is where a hacker injects malicious code into a web application's database, allowing them to access sensitive information and even take control of the entire system. This type of attack is often carried out through user input forms, such as login pages or search bars, where hackers can inject malicious code. For example, here are how servers should handle requests. Here's what an SQL injection can do. Now here's a look at a buggy implementation of PHP, so we start to break this down. For example, if we want to try to break out of something like this, where we break the line and tell the server to dump a table of users, or even attempt to get a shell like this, the easiest way to combat this attack is to make sure that each line is closed properly, like what you see here. It's crazy how much risk you take on if you improperly handle these arguments. It's almost like some companies don't really care enough to make sure malicious code can't be injected in the first place. Moving on, we have XSS, or known as cross-site scripting. XSS is capable of being done usually when we try to sanitize a user's input. Then someone comes along, finds a way to abuse it by crafting a bad link and sending it to their victims, like this. Because of some vulnerabilities in the sanitization process, we're able to send someone to another site, and in this case, we're carrying along their cookies so we can collect them and then use them to bypass security features. There's a few types of this called reflected, stored, and document object model based XSS. To make sure this attack doesn't happen to your company, don't trust any users with their inputs. Take the time to remove any special characters and create a specific scope of what your form is actually looking for. Lastly, we come to cross-site request forgery. This is a serious threat that can allow attackers to perform unauthorized actions on a user's belief. A common example is when an attacker sends a malicious link to a user, tricking them into clicking it. This can lead to the user's account being compromised or sensitive information being stolen. One common attack technique, known as session writing, involves hijacking a valid user's session to gain unauthorized access to the website. Attackers can exploit vulnerabilities in the website session management to steal a user's session cookie and use it to impersonate the person, allowing them, the attacker, to perform actions on the website without the user's knowledge or consent. To prevent session writing, developers should implement strong session management practices. This includes secure session cookies, setting appropriate session timeouts, and protecting against session fixation attacks. By taking this preventative measure, web developers and businesses can significantly reduce their risk of applications being hacked. It's also important to stay up to date with the latest security patches and updates, and regularly test and audit their web applications for any vulnerabilities. By taking a proactive approach to web application security, we can create a safer online environment for everyone. Remember, web application security is an ongoing battle, and it's up to all of us to take it seriously. Like always, thanks for watching. Leave a like, and don't forget to leave any comments on your experiences about web application security or any questions that you have.